Hey there, Broncos country, how's it going? We're coming at you straight from the heart of Mile High with that hot talk you've been waiting for. For everyone out there who lives and breathes Denver Broncos orange and blue, today we're diving deep into a topic that's stirring up some serious buzz. 4 players the Broncos might be looking to trade instead of just cutting loose. So grab a cold one, sink into that recliner, and let's talk about the future of our team. Broncos country, the NFL offseason is always a wild ride, right? We're still processing the 2025 draft, wrapping up minicamp, and now the rumors are flying, the kind that tug at every fan's heartstrings. Who's staying? Who's out? Who's going to shine next at Invesco Field at Mile High? Today, we're talking about 4 players who might be packing their bags, but not necessarily getting cut. Word is the Broncos might be exploring trade options to get something back instead of letting them walk for nothing. And let me tell you, some of these names might make you go, wait, really? Him? The 4 players possibly on the trade block are Lucas Krull, tight end, Jaleel McLaughlin, running back, Aiyoma Uwazurike, defensive lineman, and Jaquan McMillian, cornerback. So let's break it down. Why these guys could be on the hot seat and what it means for the future of the Denver Broncos. And of course, I want to hear from you in the comments. Who do you think should stay? And who's it time to say, thanks, but see ya? Let's get into it, Broncos country. Let's start with Lucas Krull, our tight end, who looks more like an action movie star than a football player, right? Dude's a physical beast, 6'6", 260 pounds, hands the size of a large pizza. He came in as an undrafted free agent back in 2022, and ever since fans have been waiting for that breakout moment. But truth is, Krull still hasn't locked in a key role in this offense. Last year he had a few flashes, showed some potential as a reliable target for Bo Nix. The issue? That tight end room is getting crowded, with the addition of Evan Engram. In free agency and other prospects Sean Payton is eyeing, Krull might be the odd man out. He had 8 catches for 95 yards in 2024, pretty underwhelming numbers for a guy with his size and athleticism. So the question is, do the Broncos still believe he can develop, or have they seen enough? Why trade instead of cut? Easy. Krull's still young, just 26, and teams like the Rams or Colts who need tight end depth might be willing to toss us a late-round pick, maybe a 7th, or a backup that fits better into Payton's system. Imagine flipping Krull for a depth linebacker or an O-lineman. That'd be a smart move, right? Broncos country, would you give Krull one more shot, or is it time to move on? Let me know in the comments. Now let's talk Jaleel McLaughlin, the running back who looks like a rocket every time he touches the ball. Seriously, Broncos country, this guy's like a race car in a 517 frame. He came in undrafted in 2023 and quickly won fans over with his speed and field vision. In 2024, he rushed for over 400 yards and showed he could contribute as a pass catcher too, almost 30 receptions. But here's where it gets tricky. The Broncos just drafted R.J. Harvey in the 2nd round of the 2025 draft, and Sean Payton seems to be all in on him. Harvey's more of a complete back and has real RB1 potential. And with Audric Estim and Blake Watson also fighting for reps, McLaughlin might find himself on the outside looking in. Why trade him? Jaleel's the kind of player other teams would love. He's cheap, versatile, and still has a lot of juice. At just 25, teams like the Jaguars, who are revamping their backfield, or the Panthers, who need a spark on offense, might offer a 5th or 6th round pick, or maybe even a depth DB to help our secondary. It'd be tough to see Jaleel go, but hey, that's the business, right, Broncos country? So what do you think? Should the Broncos give Jaleel more touches, or is it time to flip him for help where we need it most? Drop your thoughts below. Sticking to the list, next up is Aiyoma Uwazurike, our defensive lineman who, to be honest, is still trying to find his place in the sun. Drafted in the 4th round back in 2022, Uwazurike had a promising start. But then came a big setback. He was suspended for the entire 2023 season for violating the NFL's gambling policy. That was a major blow to his career, Broncos country. In 2024 he came back but just hasn't been able to regain that early hype. With only 12 tackles and 1 sack in 8 games, he's not showing the kind of impact we expected from a guy with his size, 6'6", 320 lbs. Our D-line is stacked right now with guys like Zach Allen and John Franklin Myers, who had 7 sacks last season. And let's not forget rookie Quay Robinson, our 4th round pick in 2025, who's already making waves and could take Uwazuriki's snaps. Trading Uwazurike makes sense. He's still got upside. Teams like the Browns or the Giants, who need depth on the D-line, might be interested. Even a late-round pick or a solid special teamer could be worth it, just to open up a roster spot and give Uwazurike a fresh start somewhere else. Broncos country, what do y'all think about Uwazurike? Is it still worth believing in the guy? Or is it time to move on? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Last but definitely not least, we've got Jaquan McMillian, the cornerback who stole the fans' hearts with his grit and clutch plays. Seriously, Broncos country, this guy was a steal. Undrafted in 2022, McMillian became one of the best slot corners in the league, playing 75% of defensive snaps in 2024 and even grabbing a pick six against the Browns. But then came the 2025 draft bombshell. The Broncos selected Jahdae Barron in the first round. With Pat Surtain II and Riley Moss already locked in as starters, and now Barron stepping in as an instant impact guy, McMillian could find himself. The odd man out, it's the classic too much talent, not enough space scenario. He's young, 24, on a cheap deal, and has proven he can ball. So cutting him would be crazy. Instead, Denver might explore a trade that brings real value. Maybe a third or fourth round pick. Teams like the Panthers or even the Steelers, who need depth in the secondary, could come calling. But man, Broncos country, I gotta be real. It hurts thinking about losing McMillian. He's one of those guys who leaves it all on the field. Will Sean Payton really let go of a clutch performer like him? Or could he find a way to keep Jaquan on the roster? So, what do y'all think? Is McMillian untouchable? Or would a solid trade package be worth it? Let me know in the comments. Now that we've gone through these four names, let's zoom out for a second. The Denver Broncos are in a unique spot right now, with Bo Nix entering. Year 2 of his rookie deal, we've got a real window to build a competitive roster without blowing up the salary cap. Sean Payton and George Paton know it, and that's why trading guys like Krull, McLaughlin, Uwazurike, and McMillian instead of just cutting them might be a genius move. Each of these guys has trade value. Krull could attract teams looking for an athletic tight end. McLaughlin is a versatile RB that any team would love as a situational weapon. Uwazurike still has the physical tools to become a beast on the D-line. And McMillian? He's the kind of guy every defensive coordinator dreams of in the secondary. Smart trades could bring future draft picks or players who fit Payton's system better. Imagine if Denver flips some of these guys and brings in an elite pass rusher, like Trey Hendrickson, who's been linked to us. Or maybe we bolster the O-line, which still needs more depth. The possibilities are endless, Broncos country, and that's what gets me hyped for the future. What's clear is that the Denver Broncos are going through a smart rebuild. After years of inconsistent QB play, we finally got Bo Nix as the guy to lead this team. The 2025 draft brought in pieces like Jahdae Barron and R.J. Harvey, and Sean Payton is shaping this roster to compete in the AFC West, which, let's be honest, is one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. But to get there, tough decisions have to be made. Trading players like Krull, McLaughlin, Uwazurike, and McMillian isn't easy, but it might be what pushes the team to that next level. The defense is already one of the best in the league, and the offense is starting to click. With the right moves, the Broncos could be 1 or 2 years away from a serious Super Bowl run. Who's with me, Broncos country? Before we wrap this up, I want to hear from you. In the comments, tell me, which of these 4 players should Denver absolutely not give up? And who do you think could bring the biggest return in a trade? Will Sean Payton hit us with a surprise move before training camp? And of course, let me know what you want to see next on the channel. More roster breakdowns, 2025 schedule predictions, or maybe a deep dive into Broncos history. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a drop. And as always, keep repping the orange and blue, because this is Broncos country, and we never give up. Thanks for watching, y'all. See you next time, and go Broncos.